Homeostasis, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is defined as a relatively stable state of equilibrium or a tendency towards such a state between the different but interdependent elements or groups of elements of an organism, population, or group, whatever that means. Every living organism in the world will try to achieve this state of equilibrium physically. Take yourself as an example. You eat, sleep, drink, and breathe. This is because your body needs these processes to live and be in a state of equilibrium. Now, in order to live, your body doesn't necessarily require you to be in a state of mental equilibrium, but that's a topic too depressing for a school presentation. Instead, I'll be focusing on what plants and animals do to survive and what they need. Now, plants and animals share a special relationship. There needs to be one for the other to survive. Since animals take in oxygen to live, and plants take in carbon dioxide to survive, there's a need for one another in an environment. But they don't just take in gases. Like how we eat and drink, plants absorb sunlight with their chloroplasts and water with their roots. When humans consume carbohydrates, the body breaks it all down into glucose sugars that can be used for energy or stored as fat. A similar process happens in plants when they take in carbon dioxide, sunlight, and water. The chloroplast converts them into glucose sugars. Sound familiar? The plant can store the excess glucose as starch. Okay, now you know what a plant needs to live, but how would a plant consume all these items? It's not like they have a mouth or nose that they could breathe from. Well, at least I don't think they do. Which leads us into... If plants need three things to survive, they would need some way to get inside of the plant for processing. Water, as we all know, gets into the plant through the roots, but each root actually has smaller roots, like hairs, that increase the surface area. The more surface the roots cover, the more water gets into the plant. Sunlight is absorbed by the chlorophyll in the plant leaf. It also gives the plant a green color. And gases that are circulated in and out of the plant go through microscopic pores that are found in the surface of the leaf. These pores open and close by two cells around the hole called guard cells. They expand and contract to open and close the pore. Now, I know you have a lot of questions in life, such as, what is the meaning of life, or why didn't my dad come back from the store? But none of those matter. The true question of life is... Are you ready? This is gonna blow your mind. How do trees get fat? People never really know what the wood of a tree is made up of until the question is brought up. For the first time in history, I will reveal what this mysterious substance is made out of, how a mere sapling could turn into a massive trunk. The biggest question in science is about to be answered. This could change the future, change mankind for the better. It's carbon. It's mostly carbon. I feel like this needs some explanation. Back when I said excess glucose could be stored as starch, they could also be used to make more complex structures such as fruits or seeds, and of course, wood on a tree. All other glucose is used up as current energy for the plant to continue photosynthesis.
Part 4. You can tell I'm really getting tired when I start using this transition.
In order for nutrients to move throughout the cells, there needs to be a way for water to move through them. This is where osmosis occurs. Osmosis is basically just the movement of water in cells. Back to the homeostasis topic in part 1. The solutes in the cell will try to balance with the solutes on the outside of the cell. When there is a greater concentration of solutes inside the cell than outside, it's considered hypotonic. And the reverse could be said about hypertonic solutions. The amount of solutes inside the cell is less than outside the cell. If the cell is hypotonic and the environment is hypertonic, then the solutes inside the cell will try and exit to balance. Done. Finished.